gotta say, 2024 has pretty much been the best year of my life so far. Just like last year, this has been a year of a lot of good change for me. I've had tons of awesome experiences, and I've just been so lucky and fortunate in so many ways. So for my last video of 2024, I just wanted to do a quick recap of my year and make some announcements because I have some pretty awesome big stuff coming up next year. I'll also intersperse the video with some playing so it's not just me talking the whole time. So here we go. So I kicked off this year by going to NAMM for the first time ever, which was an overwhelming but incredible experience. I got to see just how overstimulating the NAMM floor really is and play a lot of cool gear, but the main highlight of NAMM for me was just meeting so many cool people, hanging out with friends, meeting friends that I've made online in person for the first time, and in general, just the people and the conversations were by far the best part. And then, barely 2 weeks after I got home from NAMM, I got to go up to Saginaw, Michigan to visit Matt Ike and the Mule team at the Mule Resophonic Guitars shop. And I got to meet Ariel Posen for the first time, who I'm now honored to call a friend. Matt gave us a tour of the shop where they make some of the greatest, most unique and inspiring guitars on the planet. We filmed some content, and Ariel and I had a little jam session, which was extremely intimidating playing next to him, but it was a great time, and you can go watch some of the footage from it over on the Mule Guitars YouTube channel. Then not too long after I got home from Michigan, I got this. Most of you guys should know what this is by now. It's made several appearances on my channel. This is my 2013 Gibson Custom Shop Duane Allman 1959 Les Paul reissue. It's a replica of the guitar that Duane Allman used on the entirety of the album At Fillmore East by the Allman Brothers. And even though at the end of the day, this is pretty much an R9 that has a slightly different neck carve, slightly different finish, says DA59 on the back of the headstock, this is essentially my absolute holy grail guitar right here outside of Duane's actual Cherry Burst Les Paul. I made a video about it not long after I got it, and you guys can go watch that if you want to learn all the details about it. But basically, my good friend Jeff Graves gave me an incredible deal on this guitar, and I just am so grateful and so lucky to own this thing. The next big thing that happened for me this year was I released my first ever signature product, which is the Dylan Adams signature slide made by the Rock Slide. I was so incredibly honored when Danny Songhurst of the Rock Slide reached out to me about doing this, and I'm so happy with the design we came up with. It truly is my perfect guitar slide, and I really hope all of you guys who have purchased it so far are enjoying it. Another awesome thing that happened this year was I got to sit in with JJ Gray and Mofro for a second time at the St. Augustine Amphitheater here in Florida. JJ and his whole band are such a nice group of people who I've known for quite a while, and it's such an honor to get to play with them on a big stage like that. Even though I totally fell on my face and played a whole solo in the wrong key, I also made a video about that, which you can find on my channel. Next up, I had the honor of playing at the Allman Brothers Band Museum at the Big House in Macon, Georgia with Smokestack for a second time. As a lifelong diehard Allman Brothers fan, that place is absolute hallowed ground and such an honor to play there. And this time we had the honor of having my good friend Rhett come down and sit in with us on a couple songs, which was so much fun getting to play with him on stage for the first time. Then literally the next day, I drove up to Atlanta, Georgia and stayed at Rhett's place for a few days. Just like the first time I went up there, we had an awesome time just hanging out, listening to music, playing music, filming content, and talking about some plans for future projects as well. And yeah, I'm just super lucky to be friends with Rhett. He genuinely is a great guy. I learn so much every time I hang out with him, and I just love getting to spend time with him. The next thing that happened for me this year was a big one, which was I finally released my very first guitar course, which is the Slide Guitar Course Standard Tuning Edition. I guess now is as good a time as any to remind you guys that my course is currently having a holiday sale for 35% off. Link in the description down below to go check that out. But anyway, making this course was by far the most daunting, challenging thing that I have ever done in my whole life. Pretty much every single aspect of making the course I did entirely by myself. The only thing I didn't do was write out the tabs, so thanks to Luke Bowman for that. But literally everything else, from planning it to filming it to editing it to making my website, all of it was completely done by me, which was a ton of work. It was way more work than I was anticipating, but it was absolutely worth it. I'm super happy with how it turned out, and I seriously could not be more grateful that so many of you guys have purchased it so far and seem to be enjoying it. I've gotten a lot of messages from people saying that their slide playing has improved more than ever since they got the course, so I just am so happy to hear that. So thank you from the bottom of my heart to everyone who has purchased the course so far, and huge thank you to Rhett for giving me tons of valuable advice throughout the entire process of making the course, and to my wife Desiree for just being so supportive throughout the entire process of making the course, which more on that later. Moving on to the end of this summer, I got to sit in with Alan Stone and his band, which was kind of a surprise to me. It was sort of a last minute thing. I've been a fan of his music for a long time, so it was totally surreal to get to share the stage with him and meet him and his band, which all of them were just such nice, chill, down-to-earth guys. Thanks so much to Alan's guitar player, Tristan Pierce, for hitting me up, which go check him out. He is an absolute badass guitar player. At the end of this September, I got to play at the Allman Brothers Museum in Macon, Georgia again with Smokestack for the GABA Fest, which is the festival that the Georgia Allman Brothers Band Association puts on every year. So once again, such an honor to play in the Allman Brothers Holy Land. And I actually got to meet slide guitar legend Sonny Landreth on one of the nights as well, which was just so cool. Such a nice guy. And to round out this 2024 recap, I saved the best for last. I got married to my absolutely wonderful, lovely, gorgeous wife, Desiree. We had an absolutely perfect small ceremony with just our immediate family there, with my dad officiating in the beautiful location of Yosemite National Park. And then we went on the honeymoon of a lifetime to Bali, Indonesia, Japan, and the Philippines. I'm going to try not to get too sappy, but I'm seriously the luckiest guy on earth to get to be married to someone as amazing as Desiree. And so many of the good things I was able to accomplish this year would not have happened if it was not for her. She has been absolutely instrumental when it comes to pushing me to be consistent with all of my online guitar content, when it comes to finishing my guitar course, because there were a lot of times where I wanted to give up, but she helped me see it through to the end. And ever since I've known her, she has given me the courage and confidence to pursue my dreams, to further my career, and just try to be the best version of myself that I can possibly be. So Desiree, I love you more than anything in the world, and you are absolutely the MVP of this year. So that was my 2024. Absolutely incredible year. I'm so honored and grateful and humbled to just have had so many great things come my way and to get to do this for a living. And thank you so much to everyone who has continued to follow me and watch my videos and support me in all sorts of ways. I can't wait to see what next year brings, and I'm really excited to share a couple sneak peeks of some things that are happening in 2025. First of all, about a month from now, I'll be going to NAMM again. I'll just be walking around, hanging out from Thursday to Saturday, so if you see me, don't be shy, come up and say hey. Now, a bigger announcement that I have is I'm currently working on my next guitar course, which is going to be the slide guitar course, Fretting Behind the Slide edition. I'm super excited about it, and I feel like it's the next logical step in my series of guitar courses that I plan on releasing. So all of you guys out there who want to take your slide playing to the next level, get ready because my Fretting Behind the Slide course is coming soon. And now for my biggest announcement. In 2025, I plan on releasing my debut album. This has been a long time coming, and it's about time I finally release some original music for you guys. I've honestly been writing and coming up with grooves and ideas for years now. It's just the thought of getting some musicians together, assembling these ideas into actual songs and releasing them out into the world is terrifying to me. But 2025 is the year that I'm finally going to step outside of my comfort zone and do it. I don't know exactly how long it'll be, whether it's going to be a full album or just an EP, and I don't know exactly when I'm going to release it. I'm hoping it'll be out by this summer, but we'll see how this year goes. So yeah, original music from me is coming in 2025. So that does it for my last video of 2024. Thank you so much to everyone who has supported me along the way and just everyone who's watched this video. Don't forget that my standard tuning slide course is currently having a holiday sale for 35% off. Link is in the description down below. Sale ends December 31st. Thank you all so much for watching, and see you in 2025.